I think WWE budget cuts are coming pretty soon. What an entrance. Reigns doesn't get that much pyro. The Undertaker doesn't even come close. People, God himself didn't get that kind of an entrance. That was absolutely hilarious, but I love it. I was really blown away. Oh, I like the smoke. Boom! I actually thought they fried the guy. Oh, that's what you get for creating AEW, Cody. We got more pyro. Then I thought, okay, I like the presentation. They care about Cody. More pyro. All of that pyro. And he made an entrance twice on the show. Imagine the expenses in GM mode. Something tells me WWE really like Cody. Now welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of Greatness of Raw. And honestly, I like the show. I really did. I think Cody adds a lot to it. And I honestly see Cody as the next face of the company. Unless WWE will shit the bed. I'm not saying he's that big of a star yet, but he gives me the vibes of one of the major WWE players. Remember when WWE signed AJ Styles and it was obvious that WWE care about AJ and they see him as one of the biggest main eventers of the company? That's the vibe I get. And it's also interesting how Cody actually fits in WWE more than in AEW. It's a crazy concept. Like AEW is smaller than the WWE, yet Cody being in AEW didn't feel as important as Cody being in the WWE, the biggest wrestling company ever. The show kicked off with Miz TV and the special guest was Cody. We thought Miz turned babyface, but that's not the case. He just became more annoying. That's it. Before he introduced Cody, he talked about how better he is than Cody. And of course, then we got the WrestleMania 59 entrance from Cody Rhodes. That's a lot of pyro, my man. That's a lot of pyro. And I know it's kinda silly, it's kinda goofy. Maybe it's a bit too much, just a little bit, just a bit much. But can we really complain? The man looks like a star right now. That's how you make an entrance. And I really like this segment. Now that we broke our pyro budget, and it took 45 minutes just to celebrate for you. Are you trying to upstage me on my own show? That was pretty hilarious. The Miz acknowledging that that's an absurd amount of pyro right here. Then we saw Cody playing with the crowd again. The Miz says if it weren't for Cody's family name, he wouldn't just be the grandson of a plumber. He would be a plumber. Cody says being a plumber would be a good thing right now because Miz is full of... Cody stops himself. It's a PG show. You guys know what I'm talking about. Shit. Poo-poo. A stinky ass shit is what Cody meant. He says the Miz hasn't changed. He's still arrogant, obnoxious, a full-blown carny, and the fact that Miz embraces it so greatly, that makes him reliable. Good old reliable Mike. Cody said he came back to win the undisputed WWE Universal Belt. Miz says it's a title. So that was also hilarious. Cody actually using all the legit wrestling terms and the Miz correcting him with the WWE terms. We also heard Cody saying, I want to face all of these WWE wrestlers, superstars. I love it. And I don't really think that Vince McMahon is mad. I think that's intentional. WWE are trying to present Cody Rhodes as a wrestler from a rich wrestling family. And him breaking the fourth wall, even though it's ridiculous that saying wrestling and wrestler is breaking the fourth wall, I think WWE are okay with that, and they're kind of trying to give us the CM Punk vibe we had in 2011. The Miz heard that Seth Rollins wants a rematch. Miz says, we all know where you've been, Cody, but I'm not gonna be disrespected on my show. Cody says, I respect all of your accomplishments, but I get the sense that this hostility is because you feel threatened by me. And he also has no issue with Rollins. If he wants a rematch, he'll get it. May the best man win tonight. The Miz tried to attack Cody, but Cody tosses him through the ropes. It wasn't important or anything like that, but now since we all care about Cody, he's still new, fresh, we want to see Monday Night Raw opening with Cody, and we got a lot of Cody on this show. We saw more of Cody's personality. I am kinda getting tired of The Miz though, if I'm being honest. Veer Mahan comes to the ring to face Dominic Mysterio, and obviously he absolutely destroyed Dominic. I like the presentation. I like everything about Veer Mahan. So he beats Dominic Mysterio, but then locks him in a couple of more times. Veer lasts longer than you, and you know it. I know it's kind of a meme and all that, but I so far like Veer Mahan. He has the potential to be one of the next big WWE big men. I've seen people saying they get the vibes of Umaga, and I see it. Honestly, I see it. It's not like he's going to cut a 5-star promo, but he is going to destroy people because he feels like it. It makes him happy. It makes him calm. Dominic Mysterio got taken to the hospital. Whoa. I'm sorry. Medical facility. They talked about my family. And when they talk about my family, we gotta throw hands. He sees Damian Priest, and we got a big brawl backstage. Okay, so whatever happened with Damian Priest later, hard to explain. So then we saw AJ Styles versus Damian Priest, which seemed like a decent match. It's really still so hard to understand what WWE are trying to accomplish with this faction. Do they have supernatural powers or no? Well, yes they do, because we got Damian Priest, whatever that was, really hard to explain, but Undertaker vibes, Fiend vibes I guess, Vampire, yeah, and the match ends just like that. That was it. I guess it's a break. I feel like I'm losing. I don't know, man. We don't really know what that means. Can Edge do that stuff now? I mean, it's wrestling. It's kind of dumb, I know. I mean, where did you learn that shit, Edge? I can't judge yet because every time I see more of Edge's new persona, the more I like it. Then we saw The Miz versus Cody. There's no way he's going to get that kind of an entrance again. Oh, yes, he did. Pyro, ladies and gentlemen. Lots of pyro. Again, I like the presentation, the attire, the entrance, the music. Like, after hearing Cody's theme song on Raw, all the other WWE songs seem so generic. I mean, Seth Rollins has a decent song, man, but compared to this, oh boy. It's, like I've said in one of my most popular videos, I need to talk more about WWE theme songs because it's really good for my channel. WWE music is really important. Cody is a really good proof of that. Before the match, we see Seth Rollins, and he decided to watch the match, and this was decent. I know you have your opinions on The Miz, that he's not that good in the ring, or you know, he's way too safe, but you can tell he was trying really hard. You know, it was Cody's first match on Monday Night Raw after 6 years, so they were trying, and I think it was serviceable. It was okay. We saw a couple of cool spots. I didn't mind this match one bit, and I really liked the finish. We saw the cutter and then Crossroads for the W. Then we see Seth Rollins in the ring, and he says, "You gotta understand, I didn't know you were my opponent. I wasn't ready, but now I know what you're all about." What do you say, Cody? Part 2 at WrestleMania Backlash, and Cody says, "Absolutely yes." I like it. You know, this is kind of a dream match. It really is when you think about it. The first match was absolutely unbelievable, so there's no way the second match is going to be bad, and I'm excited. This is good. Then we saw Ezekiel talking to Tommaso Ciampa, and Kevin Owens says, "Are you guys crazy?" Tommaso Ciampa says, "Easy mistake, but that's Ezekiel. That's Elias' brother." I like this. I don't know. It's so goofy, it's so stupid, but I dig it. Kevin Owens being the only sane person who actually knows it's Elias. Or maybe it's actually not Elias, and we're going to see some kind of a video where we see both Elias and Ezekiel. Obviously, it needs to be pre-recorded before he shaved and all that. I'm not sure actually, but maybe it is actually Elias, and maybe the whole roster is just messing with Kevin Owens. Then we saw Naomi versus Liv Morgan, and even though Sasha Banks lost against Liv Morgan last week on SmackDown, Naomi picked up the W with a roll-up reversal. Blah. Then we saw Bobby Lashley, and he wants an explanation. He invaded the MVP's VIP lounge, and he wants an answer. The only person he trusted betrayed him. It was unpredictable. I mean, we betrayed Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander together. I never saw you as a person who would betray anyone. And obviously we got the same explanation. MVP says, well, you didn't need me, you didn't want to share the WrestleMania spotlight with me, and yeah, you paid. I have someone bigger, someone stronger. Bobby breaks some couches. I mean, it makes sense. There's really nothing to add. Like I've said, I think it's a great idea to give Omos a mouthpiece. He needs one. All the 24/7 championship shenanigans, like, I don't feel like talking about it, man. It's whatever. Come on. There's good WWE comedy, like the stuff we seen at WrestleMania 38. And then there's bad WWE comedy. And honestly, after watching it I'm just sick of it, you know. And this wasn't even the worst one. I'm just tired of it. So Austin Theory is no longer Austin Theory. He's just Theory. But that is just a theory. No, it's legit. He is actually Theory now. Imagine back in the day Randy Orton saying, I'm no longer Randy Orton, I'm just Orton. Orton. I don't know, man. It's like, I'm not mad at it. It's just, why? What's the reason? Like, I literally, like, honestly want to know why WWE believe that it's a great idea, why it's necessary. Sonya Deville has an idea for Bianca Belair's opponent. So we saw Bianca in the ring. She defeated Zelina Vega in a very short match, and then we see Sonya Deville, and she says, you beaten this and this and this. We have this and this and that on our roster. But, you know, you're a fighting champion, right? So sign this contract without even looking at it, because you're a fighting champion, right? So she signs the contract, and boom, Sonya Deville is the one. She's going to face Bianca Belair for the championship. I've seen people on Twitter saying, man, WWE disappointed again. How dare you? You promised us a surprise. Come on, dude. It was obvious. Like, once we saw this segment, I knew, yeah, it's probably Sonya Deville. Obviously. And once she started talking about all the potential wrestlers, it was so obvious it's going to be Sonya Deville. And the match, yeah, it's okay. I don't mind it. Adam Pearce is pissed though. Then we saw RK Bro versus Alpha Academy. So this was a nice little match. And obviously the only question was, will we see the Usos? So RK Bro won the match. We saw the Usos arriving. Looks like the undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns, the big dog, let his bitches off their leashes. And obviously they came for the WWE Raw Tag Team titles. Then we saw the Street Profits, and Randy Orton makes it official. He hypes up the crowd and says, do you guys want to see the Usos versus the Street Profits? And we saw the match. Really good one. You know, it was fun. A very long match, by the way, but the Usos picked up the W after the match. The Street Profits tried to attack RK Bro, didn't work out that well. Super kick to Randy Orton. The message is clear. We will get undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions. Yeah, can't wait to watch the same wrestling show twice a week. What a great idea. I think it would be an interesting video to compare the pros and cons, you know, having only one championship in the WWE, one WWE title, one, you know, tag team title, maybe one women's title. But yeah, man, I'm not a fan. I still hope, since we didn't get a new championship, that it's just to have Roman Reigns look cool for a while and then we go back to the normal stuff. I hope that's the case. But I don't know. It could go either way. But thank you for watching this video, ladies and gentlemen. Raw was alright. You love to see it. The Great One, peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.